Okie dokie. So, welcome back to the Pandacast, episode 3. Sorry about that. Now, what was I saying? Oh, yes. So I started off by saying that I've been making a lot of videos over the last week and 2 weeks and 3 weeks and weeks and stuff. And that's kind of why I haven't been streaming, which is a bad thing. I should be streaming, which is something I'm going to do more of. I just need to find the time in the day to get it done, which has been a little bit of a tricky situation. Like, camera, fix on my face. Okay, there we go, fixing on my face. But I kind of have an idea of how to do that and when to do that. Oh my god, this... There. Is that working now? New. There.
Most people are creative in one way or the other.
Finally, sorted. There we go. Problem solved. Irritating problem. So, yeah. Been doing this. Let's get into it. Mythic Quest. Mythic Quest has been something that I have enjoyed watching over the last... What, week? Probably started it about 2 weeks ago. Ish. With kind of how the schedule's been going, probably about 9 days ago, around about then. Well, I watched season 1 and 2, and I really enjoyed it. It was super fun, and it was kind of awesome to watch. Yeah, like the show was like epic. It's on Apple Plus. It's an Apple original on, you know, Apple TV. But it's been awesome. So the story of the game, like show, sorry, is it's based upon the game studio, and it's kind of made it awesome in the sense that, like, it has a lot of gaming culture and stuff inside of it, which has been cool, and the story and stuff is kind of well put together. But like, it's sort of like the eyes behind game studio, right? Like, what goes on behind, what would you expect going behind? What are some of the more satirical things of this?
What exactly is women's
You know, what are the satirical things of game studios and stuff? And this kind of follows along with that, and it's just really fun to watch. And it's kind of one of them shows that if you are into gaming and that's the kind of thing that you're interested in, then this will have a lot of connections to you in the real world kind of thing. Or if you're a games developer, then you'll probably watch this and have moments where you go, I've experienced that. That makes sense. You know, just kind of the things that go on behind doors in the workplace, right? I feel like I shouldn't have the volume on for this. Like, I feel like it's distracting in my head. For some reason, like, having the volume on is kind of distracting. I think I'll do that from now on, not have the volume on for these videos, because it kind of, when you're talking and then you hear someone else talking, it's really irritating in that sense. But I have enjoyed Mythic Quest. It's definitely a recommendation, like, if you're into MMOs, gaming in general, you're a games developer, like, if it's that kind of thing that you've been doing or interested in, you'll enjoy this. Basically, it's the owner of a video games company, who has his, troubled staff struggle, to keep their hit game Mythic Quest on top. And the funny thing is, this kind of reminds me in some ways of World of Warcraft, which is currently having issues. you know, World of Warcraft is having issues because of Blizzard and that whole thing, which we'll not go in depth into here. But basically, we all know what's going on there and what's going on at Activision Blizzard. And kind of this show, whilst not directly related to that, is having issues staying on top. And World of Warcraft at the moment, it hasn't taken a big slump, but certainly lately people haven't been feeling like they're getting the value they deserve from it. I know Asmon Gold has made some videos where he's discussed this, and he's far more experienced in World of Warcraft than I am, because I've never touched it a day in my life. It's just not a game that appeals to me upon any form or level. It just doesn't interest me at all. Okay, this camera's fucking me now. Please, God. There. Really? Okay, now is it working? Maybe? I don't know. Yeah, it is bugging me. The Osman Gold's talked about it, and he's had issues with kind of how he sees World of Warcraft going and how he feels about the game, and I mean that's fair, right? Everyone has issues with games to play. For me, my issue is Warframe. Warframe is my big issue. Warframe is the thing that I am like, really? Really? And I can't really get over that feeling where it's like, I don't know. I feel like Warframe should be better than it is, but it kind of isn't. What I wanted from Warframe was a more immersive experience. I wanted more story from it. Now, I'm not saying that all the other gameplay aspects aren't good and that they aren't great and that they aren't fun. But at the same time, it's kind of one of those games where it's kind of like, it's missing something, and I feel like it's that thing that makes you connected to it that is missing, where on some level you feel like, even though you put all these hours in, you're connected to what you've achieved on your account in some ways, that it makes you don't want to make a new account. But also at the same time, that thing that makes you come back, it isn't there, kind of. And that's kind of a bad, that is a bad thing for the game. You want it to have that feeling that it has some importance and emotional meaning to you. Dog Others, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. I'm sorry I did not see that until now. So yeah, I am a little bit disappointed about that with, how Warframe is going. But yeah, we kind of went on a sidetrack there. We kind of went on a tangent. This kind of thing that's going to happen in this podcast, not gonna lie. So, Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous. This is the second thing I want to talk about, which is another show that I've been watching. I've been really enjoying this. I finished all 3 seasons, actually. I finished all 3 seasons in about 3 days. That's kind of how much I was enjoying it, and this is on Netflix. I finished this game really fast. I said game. Why did I say game? It's animated. Like, I don't know where my brain's at today. No, I finished this TV show really fast. Like, in 3 days. I think it was over 3 days. I pretty much binge watched it back to back in between doing other stuff. Yeah. And it was really awesome. It follows on from the films, the new films, Jurassic World, the first one specifically. And it also sort of brings back some of the nostalgia of the original Jurassic Park. Steven Spielberg actually worked on this as an executive producer. Let me see if I can find it. Where's his credit for this? Blah de blah de blah de blah de blah. Blah de blah de blah de blah de blah. All cast and crew. That would be like helpful. Why wouldn't Steven Spielberg be like near the top, right? It's not in here, which is irritating. That's weird because normally IMDb actually provides all the names, which is odd because series produced by, series casting, series production, series art department. I'm literally... There he is, Steven Spielberg, executive producer, 26 episodes. So he's been working on this as well, which I think's helped bring back some of the feel of the original Jurassic Park, as well as help intertwine this really solidly in the Jurassic World universe, following on. I also think that the sequel films to the originals did a good job of actually trying to tie in that history. I feel like that was an important thing, which was lacking in some areas in other films that have tried and, combine set aspects of their universes. Really? Hello, Panda? Can you, recognize my face, please? There we go. Thank you for... Oh my god. This fucked me all day. This is absolutely going to drive me mental all day. Okay, that's sort of working for now. Right, so, yeah. This has been, something I've really enjoyed. Essentially, it's Jurassic Park Camp Cretaceous. And it's awesome. It is truly awesome. It's something that's really fun. And the character designs, the animations, everything's been done superbly on it. I haven't found anything where I've been like, wow, this is just poorly done, this shouldn't have been done, this is terrible. I'm not sure what Netflix's role was in it, apart from being the distribution platform. Maybe this was set to come out in another way, but because of everything that's happened with the pandemic, then they entered into a deal with Netflix. Or maybe this was always a plan to have it on Netflix, but either way, it seems to have worked out really, really well. It's been well received. I've enjoyed it. The art style itself is pleasing. There's nothing about it that is out of place. The actual story itself is really good. There's a lot of funny moments because I think in some ways it is aimed at kids, but there's also a lot of adult moments as well, and also a lot of, just general Jurassic World, Jurassic Park moments where you're like, holy shit, dude, run! Freaking run! This is madness, run, right? Get the hell out of there, what are you doing? You're gonna get your head munched and whatnot. But yeah, definitely, if you haven't watched it, if you need something easy to watch, something fun to watch, something short to watch as well, because, whilst there is a lot of episodes, in no means are the episodes, super long. They're about half an hour each. So, they're very manageable in the way you watch them. It's not like you have to watch, an hours long episode or 45-minute long episode. It's about it's about a 25-minute episode, I'd say. About a 25-minute episode, and I think that makes it, really nice and bite-sized, so you can just, watch one episode, then chill. If you're bored and you just kind of don't know where to go or what to do, you can just be like, yo, I was enjoying that, I'm gonna watch another episode just for a little bit, kill some time. Or if you're like me, you can just, binge watch the entire 3 seasons in about as many days, and be like, hey, I've really enjoyed it. I'm gonna watch everything super, super fast so I have nothing to watch afterwards. Which is something I tend to do. That is something I honestly tend to do quite often. It's just be like, you know what, this thing, I'm just gonna binge watch it and I will totally, like, miss it and afterwards and regret, like, binge watching it in, like, a couple of days. But every single series or show, it seems to be something I end up doing eventually. I'll just be kind of, like, sat there and I'll be watching stuff. And all of a sudden, I'll watch one more. And then when I'll look at the episode list, it'll be like, hey, you're on episode 10. And then I'll look and it'll be like, well, one or two things either happens, depending on how long seasons are. I know some seasons are longer, but a lot of series end after like 10, 12 episodes. So I'll be like, there's 2 episodes left. Damn it! There's no episodes left. God damn it! There's a season 2, but it's also 10 episodes, so you're gonna finish that tomorrow. Damn it! So, yeah, that's kind of my experience of watching TV shows and stuff. Because I kind of go over the top with them, and yeah, I'm not very good at pacing myself and making things last. At least not in the sense of entertainment. It's very much once I find something that I think is good, I kind of just watch it all at once. But yeah, let's move on to the next one, which is Monsters at Work. Oh my days. So I actually watched Monsters. I decided that if I was going to watch Monsters at Work, because obviously it's a TV series and it's new, then I should rewatch Monsters Inc. and for the first time, because I didn't even know it existed, watch Monsters University. So I was like, okay, I'll watch both of them. So I watched them in their chronological order, not their release order. So the chronological order is Monsters University, then Monsters Inc., then Monsters at Work. So I started off and I watched Monsters University, which obviously was brand new, as I say, to me. And I really enjoyed it. I had a really fun time watching Monsters University. It was really awesome, a really fun show, great film. Really good, hour 30, hour 40 minutes, around about that long. And it was such a good prequel to the original film. It filled in a lot of gaps, it filled out the story. And this is the thing I'm going to talk about a little bit more. Obviously you watch Monsters Inc. as well, and everyone knows what Monsters Inc.'s about. Well, everyone who's watched it at least. It's a story about them, actually working in the Monsters Inc. company. Now, the university and the Monsters Inc., they all tied together. They both tied together. The prequel shows how they managed to get into, the job at Monsters Inc. And Monsters Inc. is the follow-up to all of the events that happen at Monsters Work, right? And I don't know how long this has been in the works, or, really if this was the long-term idea for this. But the people who have been, critically at the role of the Monsters universe, the Monsters story, the plan, the kind of integration and where these things go, they have done a phenomenal job with this, because I can't really think of another series that kind of interlinks the events of the films, the TV show, all together so well, and it's actually surprising. It's surprising from Disney DreamWorks. It's not some... Is it DreamWorks? No, it's Disney. Is it DreamWorks? I can't remember. Is this DreamWorks? I don't think it's gonna say here. Is it Pixar? Say Pixar. There we are. Disney Pixar. They have done a phenomenal job on this. I think I remember it's Pixar. What's wrong with me? I don't know. Brains, right? Like, really? Come on, brain. Anyways, as I was saying, they've done a phenomenal job in the story and connecting it. And it all flows so naturally. I watched Monster University, then Monsters Inc., and then went straight into the TV show. And there was no point through any part of it where I was like, I don't have a clue how we got here. This does not make sense. I watched all of it. I was like, this makes perfect sense. This is a, a unique story. Unique characters. I think that's also something that should be said is that, the Monsters universe, the characters are all so different, all so unique, also, just creatively done. I don't remember looking through, seeing any two characters that were the same. Like, even characters that are deliberately the same, which I won't go into because I don't want to spoil stories, plots, or anything. But any character that is specifically similar to another one is different in a way that makes sense, or is done for the purpose of being humorous. Like, there's a reason why they exist, and it's not just solely to fill out space. There's a purpose to every single thing, if it's not just the environment and making the world feel alive and dynamic. It's also the fact that they want to tell a story and they want you to feel like this is a real world, right? Like, this is something that could exist, that behind your closet door, your bedroom door, your cupboard, there could be this world of monsters. And I think that's important. I think that was important from day one in the original film. I think that's why it made the film, as memorable as it is. I think, like, that's one of the films from growing up where kind of be like, yeah, I know Monsters, Inc. Yeah, hell, who hasn't watched Monsters, Inc. kind of film for someone, It's on the same level as Toy Story, right? It's the kind of film where you're like, yeah, I know Toy Story. Who doesn't know Toy Story? Or Bug's Life. Who doesn't know Bug's Life? So that's where I feel like it lands. So, definitely, if you haven't watched Monsters at Work, I recommend, for a start, watch Monsters University, watch Monsters Inc. again. Like, watch them from the beginning to the end, because you'll just get a refresher on the entire story. And then when you go into a TV show, it'll make so much sense, and it just follows on so nicely, and you'll just have that kind of experience where you're like, wow, this is just well put together. I know I've talked about this one for a long time. I didn't expect to talk about Monsters at Work for so long. I guess it's one of them where it is genuinely well put together. It really is. So, yeah. Let's move on, though. Let's go on to the next thing, which is Ho from UCR, Ultimate Classic Rock. Show in America, the nation's first daytime drive-in movie theater. Oh, we don't have movie theaters in the UK. Drive-in movie theaters in the UK. We do have movie theaters. We don't have drive-ins. Now, the reason why why drive-in movie theaters sort of died back a little bit is because they could only operate at night. So, when you can only operate for half the day, it kind of, financially, it's painful. It is painful. But, now, in Tennessee, Loudon, they have the local drive-in, and it is equipped with a 35-foot, 63-foot, so you buy 63-foot, LED video board screen. And it's the first daytime drive-in, which is kind of impressive, to be honest. I didn't know they could do this. Although it makes sense because don't scoreboards, those giant scoreboards at the NFL and baseball and stuff, they work in the day, right? Obviously, I think. Pretty sure they work in daytime. So I guess it's using something similar. But yeah, it's capable of screening films without the aid of darkness. The screen, affectionately deemed the Locatron, uses Samsung technology to display a 4K picture Similar to traditional television, there's no facility that we know of this like in the US. That's what Hollywood is telling us. Gordon Whitner, founder and CEO of the Whitner Company, which built and launched a local drive-in, told Not News. This will be truly unique. The drive-in will be the car, but we'll have concerts, car shows, boat shows, and more. Holy crap, they're going all out with this. Like, this place, barring that they do everything correctly, could, potentially be a lot of fun. You know, it could be a lot of fun. Built over the course of the last few months, local drive-in holds 400 cars, features speakers loud enough that customers won't likely need to dial in their radios for audio. I've had this idea for over 25 years, Whitner has continued. I just always loved the nostalgia of the drive-in. Like, that is something, obviously I haven't experienced it, but like, I feel like it's a different experience, right? Because you're with people, but at the same time, you're not, right? You feel connected, but you're also not connected. You have that privacy of being in your own vehicle, right? You could be outside the vehicle, or you could be inside the vehicle. You know, sat on the hood, or, you know, having a picnic behind, whatever. But, like, there's that flexibility to it, which you don't really, obviously you don't have the flexibility in modern theatres. You have a seat, you sit in your seat, and that's kind of what you do. But I feel like this, especially with it having the ability to be done in daytime and nighttime, is kind of a changer. And yeah, even though things are beginning opening back up, I think people are appreciation for doing things with their family and doing things outdoors. So yeah, outdoors with your family. You could be in a car, you could be out of the car. It's yeah. Participating in outdoors activities turn out not to be only nostalgic for consumers, but a financially necessary one for the film industry as a whole. Yeah, we're talking about the pandemic, blah blah blah. I don't want to go into that too much. You know, I don't want to go in there too much again. Let's get past that. So Metallica was one of the first, biggest of several acts to simulcast special driving concerts last year. And musicians such as Jason Isbell, Grace Potter, and Blackberry Smoke utilized the outdoor venues for in-person concerts instead of a movie on the screen. Fans watch bands from their cars. So yeah, like, it's capitalizing, right, on the freedom and flexibility of what drive-in theaters have to offer. It's definitely unique. I like the concept, and I kind of wish it was something that was here. It would definitely be something that, it's an experience, right? And at the end of the day, that's all we can have. We can have experiences. Oh, so let's start with this one before we start with the other one. Because I don't want to start with the other one. Yeah, consent to my personal use there. GiantFreakinRobot.com. Oh, yes. So, exclusive, Disney has cut all ties and projects with Scarlett Johansson from Giant Freaking Robot. So, before the release of Marvel's Black Widow, there was still a lot of people questioning Scarlett Johansson's future in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Yes, there was her fate in Endgame that could very well have meant it was the end for her character. But this was also Marvel. They bring back characters all the time. So basically, what they're saying here is, at the end of kind of where Marvel was going in the filmverse, her contract is basically coming to an end. That was kind of the thing. That was kind of the thing that was always happening. That her contract was coming to the end. So yeah, that was something that was expected. But now the actress is suing Disney, Marvel's parent company, the company that she just recently announced a new deal with for Tower of Terror movie. Following the lawsuit, Disney has been criticized for its fiercely public response to the suit. Now, thanks to one of our trusted and proven inside sources, we've learned that Disney has closed their ties and future projects with Scarlett Johansson. So, Tower of Terror, dead. Gone. Poof, kapoof, gone. Apparently she had other projects as well that was going on with them. I'm not sure what they were, but I think one of them might have been a possible Black Widow 2 film, a possible one. I don't know how likely or how much we can believe that would be the case, but basically anything that would have featured her is gone. That's kind of the reality. They don't want to do anything more with her. So we can count on this meaning that Disney intends to not move forward with projects they've publicly announced, like Tower of Terror. It also means that projects that were quietly in the works for Scarlett Johansson are now out of the question. So if there was going to be a Black Widow 2, that's not happening. We were unable to learn what those secret projects might have included someday. That will probably come out, but for now it's being kept even more tightly under wraps. Yeah. So Black Widow's pretty much never gonna happen now. And obviously Scarlett Johansson's gonna have to go through with her lawsuit of Disney. It's just kind of disappointing. I mean, out of the characters, you know, yeah, out of the Marvel characters, I think like Black Widow was probably one of the favorites, in the sense that she wasn't like a god character, right? She wasn't like Captain America. She wasn't like Thor. Even Tony Stark, Loki, the Hulk. Whether you look at all those characters or not, she wasn't like super strong. She wasn't super powerful. She didn't have amazing powers, but she was a force to be reckoned with, just through sheer skill and ability and training, right? Yeah. She was a producer, obviously, on Black Widow as well. It's one of them. It's just kind of sad. But on Scarlett Johansson's part, she is probably fairly shocked. While she's the one who filed the lawsuit, Disney's response has been heavily criticised. While it's been released, the actor tried to talk to Disney about her contract, which includes bonuses that are tied in the box offices. Disney decided to release Black Widow in theaters and on Disney Plus at the same time. During the worldwide pandemic, box office expectations had heavily changed. That affects pay as well as everyone else with a similar contract in the cast and crew. But Scarlett Johansson is the face of the movie as a star. If she got Disney to negotiate her contract, it would affect the others. She had the most power. You know, I think that's fair to say. But, honestly, the way Disney handled this was just unacceptable. I mean, it is just unacceptable, but it's a discussion for another day. It's just sad that, any projects he had, including Tower of Terror, Black Widow 2, if there was going to be a Black Widow 2, or if that was ever a possibility on the table, that's gone now. She will not work for Disney again, from what this is saying. We'll just have to see where a lawsuit goes, but people are touting of playing Poison Ivy in the DCU universe, which is interesting. But I don't really know much about that. I don't think there's anything firm about it. There's just sort of speculation. But yeah, moving on to EW. Johnny Depp says Hollywood is boycotting him in first interview since losing libel case. So in the interview, Depp also called his fall from grace an absurdity of media mathematics. Johnny Depp is addressing what he is calling Hollywood's boycott of me in his first interview since losing his libel lawsuit. He spoke to Sunday Times. The actor said he's had a surreal 5 years. He's been accused of by Amber Heard. Depp has denied Heard's accusations. and is filed a $50 million defamation suit against her stemming from her 2018 Washington Post op-ed about domestic abuse. And the case is scheduled to go to trial next April. It's just a thing, right? It's just a thing. It's like, here's the thing. The thing that needs to be said. He was never proven guilty in a court before. There was no charges filed against him. There was no arrest. There was nothing. And as time's gone on, more evidence has come out that what was portrayed as facts isn't actually what seemed to be the case, right? What happened in London with The Sun, a trash tabloid, by the way, absolutely trash, one of the worst. Like, nobody genuinely ever accepts what it has to say. It's one of those. It's a newspaper that's in the bathroom for you to, clean yourself with, and not to be read, right? And that's as far as I'll go with talking about The Sun. So, that whole case, and the people behind it, they kind of got the result they wanted. But that isn't proof that he did what they said he did. That's just the judge. I don't even know what that judge was thinking, to actually be honest. But there has been videos that have been on YouTube of Amber Heard getting what's the word? Deposition. Amber Heard's deposition. And that has her actually admitting to being violent against Johnny Depp. Of striking him in the head with a door. Yeah. There's a lot of excuses, a lot of trying to misdirect, but she does admit to that actually occurring. And then there's also all various other accusations. His side, her side. His, him, they, them, they, he said, she said. All of this that hasn't been proven. Yet, one person has been ousted and persecuted, and the other person hasn't. So, obviously, you can't speak about the case because it's a case. But he seems to imply the film, basically, everyone's boycotting him who's from Hollywood and calling him washed up and done. And, yeah, it's kind of sad to see this happen. And, honestly, this is part of a bigger problem, in the sense that accusations and allegations aren't enough. There needs to be hard evidence, there needs to be cases. It's not for employers, for people randomly on the internet to judge whether someone's innocent or guilty. It's down to courts and lawyers, prosecution, defense, judges, a jury, to make these determinations, to have these cases, to decide on what is right and what is wrong. And that's kind of what needs to happen. This isn't particularly a civil matter. This is a criminal matter that, if these alleged things that happened, supposedly happened on either side happened, then law enforcement agencies need to deal with it. And that seems to be not the case. So, it's very much a double standard at the moment, because one person has been ousted and exiled, whilst the other person, who is seemingly as at fault, is not ousted and has their job and their livelihood, and one person doesn't, and that's not fair. Frankly, to me, that's not legal. That shouldn't be the way the world works. It should be that everyone is innocent until they're genuinely proven guilty. But that's enough on this, because this could go on for hours and ages. I don't want to make it about this. Free Guy! Oh god, CNN. There we go. CNN. Free Guy. Ryan Reynolds' film tops box office with surprisingly solid opening weekend. Now, this is a really interesting film. Basically, this film is about a NPC in a game. They don't know that they're an NPC in the game, and then they learn that they're an NPC in the game, and that's basically the story, the premise behind it, which I think is awesome. Obviously, being someone who really enjoys games, I find this kind of concept that is really enthralling and entertaining, and definitely something that interests me. And I was like, yeah, I want to watch this film. I haven't watched this film yet. I really want to watch this film though, because I feel like it has so much potential, and apparently other gamers around the world said, you know what, this does have potential, and we kind of do like this thing, because it made 50.9 million worldwide in its first, week? Opened to an estimated 28.4 million in North America this weekend, and made 50.9 million worldwide, which isn't like exceptional, but it's good. It's good. You know, it's a good start. And yeah, I like Ryan Reynolds in pretty much most things he does. You know, Deadpool, Green Lantern. What was the other one? TV show, film. What film was it? I can't remember what film it was. There's a film with someone else, and he was really, really good in it as well. I think it might be a rom-com, I'm not sure. But yeah, Ryan Reynolds, I like him in most things that he does. And I'm glad this film's doing well. Definitely I want to watch it. I want to check it out. The premise in itself is really appealing. I like a lot of lit RPGs. Audiobooks. Books. So, for me, this sort of world breaking is enjoyable to be like. Also, it's reverse world breaking, because players in lit RPGs go into the game, and then, you know, it's a lit RPG because they're in the game world and that's a story. Whereas this is almost sort of a reverse. It's a player that it's an NPC that's in a game that's like, whoa, this isn't the real world. This is a game. What? I'm a digital character in a game? So yeah. It also reminds me a little bit of Gamer with what's his face? Gerard Butler. Yeah, Gamer with Gerard Butler. Not exactly the same premise, but sort of similar premise, where you play an active character in a sort of game. But yeah, apparently Ryan Reynolds is confirmed though. Oh my god, use this site. Lovely and cool to then push notifications. Block. I don't want you push notifications. Ryan Reynolds has confirmed that the sequel to Free Guy is happening, according to Bleeding Cool. If there was some underdog movie, it's absolutely Free Guy. No one thought this movie was going to do well, but the critical reviews have been very positive overall. It walked away with a rare A audience rating, and it has already done very well on its first day. Disney knows what they have found. Usually we don't hear about sequel greenlights until they just clears on Monday morning. But star Ryan Reynolds took to Twitter to announce that. And after 3 years messaging Free Guy as an original IP movie, Disney confirmed today they officially want a sequel. Woohoo. So yeah, apparently there's gonna be a sequel to it, which is I have to watch it, obviously. But if it plays out the way I want it to, then that's really, really awesome. Oh, so finally, the final thing of this Red Panda cast show thing, episode 3, blah blah blah, is Bless Unleashed. Holy monka! Bless Unleashed. Let me sort this out so we don't get volume feedback from these two. There we go. So, Bless Unleashed is out. I haven't played it. I want to play it. But I made a character today and sort of kind of played around the tutorial a little bit. But this game looks not unique. It's an MMO, right? It's free to play MMO RPG. And I saw it, I was like, I like MMORPGs. So I was like, I'll install it, I'll see what it's like. And the one thing I want to say, even before like playing it properly, is god damn, is it beautiful. I genuinely mean that. Like, if you think BDO is beautiful, this game is beautiful. Like, I was looking at my character when the game will launch, I was like, whoa, damn! I was like, you look that good? But it looks so interesting. There's not a lot of classes, I'm not gonna lie. BDO has a lot more classes, a lot more characters, a lot more ways you can go with that than Blessed Unleashed has. Definitely a lot more where Blessed Unleashed has, which is, I mean, it's expected. BDO's been out a lot longer, but at the same time, there's a lot of stuff in this game that interests me. I have to play though, because I don't know. That's the thing, I don't know yet. I did a little bit of playing about and I enjoyed it. But the one thing that I worried about was, compared to BDO, how complicated is the fight gonna be? Fight style in this game? Like, it seems simple from what I can tell, but at the same time, it could become complicated later on. And that's kind of what I'm worrying about, because one of the things that didn't necessarily ruin BDO for me, but put me off a little bit, was the character progression. Like, you have to do a lot of button combinations and matches and stuff. So you see here with the combos, this is what makes me worry a little bit. It's like, will this be easy? Will this not be easy? So I'll have to check that out when I play it tomorrow and see how it goes. Will I like it? Will I not like it? Will it infuriate me? Will it not infuriate me? Hopefully it won't, but you can never rule out anything, right? Sometimes things just bug you. But the world definitely does interest me about the game. Like, you know, you can see for yourself, the world is interesting. Like, the game's pretty. The game is, for an MMO, BDO is probably the prettiest MMO played outside of Elder Scrolls Online, which has really nice cutscenes. But this game, overall, just seems super pretty. And this video sort of doesn't do it justice as well. It looks, better on PC, or at least on my PC. I don't know whether it's my monitor or what, but it just looks better overall. But, I have enjoyed it, the little I have done. I enjoyed character creation, basically. Character creation was fun. There's, you can, like, really go in depth with your character creation on this game. I didn't go, like, super in depth with my character, but I definitely put enough time in where I was like, well, you could create some really pretty characters in this game. So yeah, it's kind of repeating and showing itself over again. So I'll kind of pause that here now. But yeah, like, this looks super fun, right? This looks super fun. So I'm gonna try this tomorrow and see how it goes. And this might like become my main game. I feel like this would kind of be a good game as well, because I could have it as something where it's like 3 hours, 3 hours, 3 hours, 3 hours, 3 hours, 3 hours, 3 hours progression kind of thing. Not feel like I need to rush the game. And just be like, right, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. This is kind of how MMOs work, right? Whether you have an hour or 8 hours, you kind of go with what you're doing and be like, right, this is how much time I can dump into this game. So let's dump as much into it as we can and sort of have fun and have a good time. And that's kind of... yeah, that's kind of where I want to go with that. I want to dump as much time into it and have as much fun time as possible. We're kind of getting to the end of the show. It's been, what, 51 minutes? Which is really damn good for the first time doing this live, even though we've had some issues. I apologise for the issues. But, yeah, I'm going to do this better. This was kind of a trial run for episode 3. I think this worked out to be really good. Hey Nog, how are you doing, buddy, and welcome. Yeah, I think this worked out pretty well overall, despite the issues. I think next time we do this, which will be about a week, like, we'll do a Pandacast live. I'll kind of refine it a bit more, picked up this a day earlier, get some talking points written down, and kind of have a little bit more to present. But I think like 51 minutes for... Nog! Yeah, I forgot... oh man, you might not have seen. Yeah, I forgot to tell people I changed my name. Yeah, I can understand why that might have confused people. Oh god, I imagine many people got a notification today where they just sat there going, Red Panda Rant? Who the fuck Red Panda Rants? I don't know Red Panda Rants. I don't even like red pandas. Oh, how come, buddy? Did you leave or... have you just like quit Discord altogether? Oh. But yeah, I don't know. I gotta do this definitely once a week, and I gotta make time on the afternoon to do about 3 hours of gaming a day, along with other stuff as well. I just need to make sure that I get the time down and say all up so I have that ability to, you know, do stuff, make it nice. Woo! Jesus, 500 service? Holy monka! I can't even imagine being 500 service. That sounds insane. Damn, I dread to think what your notifications look like. Oh, yeah, so I disable notifications for, like, the majority of the servers I'm in, which is not a lot. I think I'm in, like, 10. But yet, still, I'd still get spammed. I don't even know how. Like, it's so bad that, like, when I open Discord sometimes, when you look down the server list, there isn't anything that spammed me, but I'll have like 3 notifications. And then some days there'll be 7 notifications. And I'm sat there and I'm like, where is this coming from? Why is it telling me that people are talking to me when they're not? And I'll check my DMs, I'll check the server list, and there'll be nothing, there'll be no red, no numbers, no nothing. I'm sat there, I'm like, really? Why? Where is this? Nice! 14 servers is not bad. I think that's around about the same as me as well. Holy crap though, 500 down to 14? What is that? That's minus 486 servers. Ooh, I would not want to be the one to go through them. That's kind of... ooh, that's mental. That is mental, buddy, doing that. I don't blame you for doing it, but I don't know whether I would have had the patience to do it myself. I think that's why I specifically only join servers of people that I, like, legit watch, because I don't want that situation of being like, wow, I need to clear this out because I literally have no idea what's going on with this server. I don't really read this server or interact in the server. Yeah. I mean, I've been moderating for another streamer and hanging out in their community for like a solid 3 months. Like, more than 3 months now, it's nearly 4 months. So, that's kind of like the place that's my focus. In terms of, like, Discord and everything. So, like, I don't know, so I just dealt with the other servers I wasn't on or doing anything with. And disabled notifications for the ones that would be like, hey, I might do something with. So I cut it down, like, a lot, and it's a lot better now, but you know what it's like, man. Discord just has the funny way of breaking and just sending you stuff for no reason. But yeah. Anyways, buddy, how are you doing? How are you? We haven't spoken for a long while. I hope you're doing well. I also hope the audio quality is a lot better because... Cool! Another reason why I haven't streamed over the last 2-3 weeks is because I have revised my audio. I've just been constantly trying to fix it from the issues I had before. Which I feel like has gone pretty well. Like, hopefully now there's, like, no background noise and no weird ringing noise that was in the audio. The ringing noise, like, I don't even know what that was. But it took a while of messing about to kind of get it out the system, which was so annoying. Prime Haru, welcome. Ew. Why does followage not work? What? The bot? Where's the bot? What? Stream Elements isn't even here. What the monka? Stream Elements is like... Stream Elements... What the... Like, what? Stream Elements has done a bonk. He's left. He's left the channel and said goodbye. Okay, I'll have to sort that after the stream. What the hell? Where did Stream Elements go? Oh wow, this is funny because, as I said, the person that I be moderating for like when I'm in my off time, her Stream Elements, it was connected to her chatbot thing, so it had a custom name and stuff, and that's like done a bunk as well, where it's just been like, yeah, we're not using that anymore. We're just gonna call ourselves Stream Elements, and you have to reset it up and everything. So it looks like it might be a Stream Elements thing where it's just gone across the board. Apparently we don't want to help people. We've kind of had an issue. Yeah, I'll have to fix that afterwards. But yeah, guys, it's been an hour. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna disconnect and reconnect it. I'll get that done and check it before I stream next. That's annoying. Even though Pretzel Rocks is working perfectly fine, which is ironic. Yeah, I'll sort that out next time. But I'm gonna head off. This was a good pretty much hour for the first time trying to do this. So, yeah. I appreciate you coming in, hanging out. Prime Haru, Nokis, I'm glad you're both okay. I'm glad you're both doing well. I'll be on tomorrow afternoon. I'm gonna play some, Blessed Unleashed for a few hours. Yeah. But have a great rest of your day, evening, or night. And I'll see you guys tomorrow and fix sort of the kind of issues we had today. Yep. Thanks for hanging out for the podcast. I appreciate it. Thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed it for the part you were here for, which have been a lot of fun.